We're joined now by NBC News political analyst Nicolle Wallace and MSNBC host and political correspondent Steve Kornacki. Up late, up early. Good morning to you. So Trump is calling himself the presumptive nominee. Is he right? Is this over?
Yeah, there's a line in Sex and the City where Carrie says to Mr. Big, "It's so over, we need a new word for over." And that's how I feel about both of these campaigns. They are over. And on the Democratic side, it's math. And on the Republican side, it's been a nationalized race since the beginning. And there are not three Wisconsin examples out there where they're going to trip up this national dynamic.
You like to crunch the numbers. I'll ask you to do that in a second. But do you agree with Nicolle? Is this the morning, if you're a GOP member of the House or the Senate, you wake up and put the Trump bumper sticker on your car?
Yeah, I mean, there are still some sort of dead enders out there, I'm hearing, who are saying, oh, wait, if we win this state, if we pick off this delegate. But I mean, we're at the point right now where Donald Trump's lead, it's not the states. We're not talking so much about the states he might be surprisingly losing in from here out. It's now the cruise states that he might go in and win and really just sweep this thing.
Okay, do your math thing then, Steve, because I think the prospects of that contested convention, Trump not being able to get to 1237, was greatly diminished last night.
Here's the key last night. It's not just that he won. It's not just that he won big. It's in the state of Pennsylvania. You had these so-called 54 unbound delegates. They're free agents. This is the hope of the Stop Trump movement. They get these unbound delegates to flip against Trump. It looks like at least 2/3 of those unbound delegates from Pennsylvania will be for Trump. That's a huge bunch of delegates that changes the math significantly.
You don't hear this very often. Nicolle, talk about the Democrats. Hillary Clinton now has 90% of the delegates she needs to get the nomination. Bernie Sanders keeps saying this is about politics, this is about ideas, this is about getting to the convention and getting my side across. Is there any part of this that's personal?
Listen, this may be a blind spot for me, but I can't understand why he's had such a long leash to launch attacks against her that have already been picked up and telegraphed by Donald Trump. On Sunday on Meet the Press, he again talked about all that divides them on the question of the big banks. Donald Trump, by Monday, in front of tens of thousands of people, was echoing the Sanders attack.
But you say, why does he have such a long leash? Who's going to pull in that leash?
Well, he's not going to win. There's no path to the nomination. And this is not a contest about self-esteem. Sure, he's raising money.
But who does he answer to?
Well, he answers to himself, but you would presume that someone has some loyalty to the team you're playing for. And the team the jersey he put on this cycle was for the Democrats. And Trump is already picking up the Sanders attacks on Clinton and making hay.
Steve, real quickly, now we are pivoting toward the general election. Last night, Trump said that Hillary Clinton is playing the gender card, the woman card, and that in point of fact, in his view, she would be at 5% in the polls, but for the fact that she was a woman. Is that an argument that's going to play well in the general election?
I got to say, and I'm surprised that I'm surprised Trump said something. I am surprised that last night, on such a big night, when the focus starts to turn to the general election, that's the message he played. Because the biggest obstacle he faces in the general election is this huge gender gap. And those kinds of comments last night only seem to reinforce it.
Mike Murphy, the political pundit, not a Trump fan, said it's like Trump were built in a lab to blow the general election. We will see how it turns out. Steve and Nicolle, thank you.
Thanks,